Bitcoin just touches 18,000 before pulling back. Ethereum exploding up 16% from last week, heading straight towards that 4,000. And good old XRP, it's breaking out as the SEC backs off. Altcoins are popping. There's a new wave of ETF inflows that just hit the market. This isn't just another Friday. It's a full-blown momentum shift. Welcome back, Crypto Crew. We're going to break this all down for you step by step. Got a special announcement today, too. You're going to want to stick around until the end. And remember, always, always come on over and give us a like. Make sure you hit subscribe if you haven't already. And make sure you come on over to X and follow us on X, where we talk about Bitcoin and crypto all day, every day. All right, let's go on. Let's get into Bitcoin. All right now we're looking at Justin's trade setup on Bitcoin. Bitcoin pushed right into that key 118,000 psychological level before cooling off, sitting right now at 116.7 at the time of this recording. We saw a clean intraday high of 117.6 and continued spot ETF inflows providing solid support. Now let's get into our little 2-hour chart that we like. Oh, there's my squiggly from yesterday. That looks pretty damn good. That squiggly looks good from yesterday. Let me get rid of it. Okay, so that's just past history. We nailed that. We nailed it. All right, so right now we're looking at Bitcoin. We need to get over the meridian on this 2-day chart off the Andrews Pitchfork. We're starting to see good developments in the chart itself. Got to pay attention to the chart formations. Okay, so we need to basically sustain a rally above let's say 117.3. So this way we could trade between 117.3 and we got to get through this little top over here at 118.4 before we could break out of the upper tine and actually attempt that 123.71. So why isn't Bitcoin doing it right now? Why is it cooling off? Because there's rotations happening. There's rotations happening out of Bitcoin, and we're going to talk about Bitcoin dominance in a little bit. That's sitting really at 60 right now. So there is a bullish, cool down after hitting the record high over 123,000 last month. Now, the bull score index dropped from 80 to 60, signaling a pause in the uptrend because of the rotations. And we knew this was going to happen. We want Bitcoin to either fly and continue, and all the altcoins to fly with Bitcoin, but at a higher velocity. But we also know that Bitcoin could stay stable right around 115, 120, while the other altcoins, take off. All right. So we're going to go to our famous don't close below chart, which is a really, really important chart. I kept it here because these were the points that we were actually focusing on. Okay, we said we couldn't close below 115.7 after we made that 123 high. We did. We said that we could track down to like 111, 110, 112 area. We did. Now we're starting to recover the 115.8. That's very, very strong. That is now the new line in the sand. Let's say 115, 114.8 is the new line in the sand for Bitcoin. Okay. If we drift below that, you got to look at XRP, you got to look at, AXL, you got to look at HBAR, you got to look at all the other altcoins that we told you to look at because they could be starting to pick up momentum. So what I'm saying is people will sell off some Bitcoin in their portfolio to scoop up other utility coins that are looking strong. I think that we're going to hold 115. That's what I think. That's just what I'm saying. So here's the don't close below. We recovered the 115.8. That's good. That's a good sign. It looks like we're heading right up to like the 118 again. Potential breakout would take us up to, like 120 with another pullback because there's a lot of people take profits. Some people bought the area down here and they don't mind taking profits at 120 if they're short-term traders. That's a damn good thing. Now, we believe that the dump was actually was a setup. Okay, we had a bullish breakout pattern that we were following. We've been talking about this. Oh wow. For about a week and a half, I guess. Okay, and we alerted you to this. Okay, so we now had just had the retest was complete, and the market is starting to pick up steam. So momentum is building. Pattern breakout is confirmed. So Bitcoin is to remind everyone why it's the king of all crypto in a very, very short time. So don't blink. The leg could be vertical. Look, Bears had that chance. Okay, they sold it. They sold 115. They probably sold 120s. They did a good job up there. Okay, I'm not saying that they didn't, but the Bulls are back in charge right now, just confirming our conviction. So yesterday alone, Bitcoin ETFs pulled in 281 million in net inflows. BlackRock's IBIT, that secret little indicator that I told you to watch, okay, just pulled in 157 million. Fidelity's FBTC, 43 million. VanEck HODL, 21 million. So what actually fueled this? Well, we got Trump's 401k crypto order is actually fueling the move in all markets, in all crypto markets. All right. It's opening the door to trillions in fresh capital. Because what he's saying is your 401k can invest in crypto. Absolutely. This guy is the most positive crypto president, and we got a positive VP also. And also, the whole administration is really just hot on Bitcoin, Ethereum, all the other alt utilities, including XRP. And we saw the XRP rally, which did take us out of our trade, and we're going to discuss that a little bit later. Warts and all. We show you warts and all, okay? And you got to get in on a live stream tomorrow and ask Justin, hey, why'd you take that, cup and handle trade? Why'd you think that the top of the cup was going to hold, drive back down to 290 before the takeoff? Ask him that. I actually believe that it was just a hedge, and it's a small amount of money. It's kind of like buying an option. You pay the premium on it, and if it doesn't work out, well, you only lost your premium. That's basically what I'm thinking was happening. And I'm getting ahead of myself. I'll talk about XRP in a second. But if we look at Bitcoin itself, it just retested the golden line and bounced hard. Every time this level holds, it triggers the same sequence. Fear starts to fade. Bulls start to come back into the marketplace. Momentum ignites. We've seen it before. You've seen it before. You know how it ends. A blast off is coming, and it has already started. As long as we hold the 115, we're good. If we drop below the 115, we got a small setback. It's no big deal. This all is going to play out. It will all play out. Now, what's happening here is leading us to that, our conclusion of the 5-step playbook is still in play. Okay. And we put this up for you. A lot of people were confused about it, but what we're saying is that the market's ebb and flow works in a 5-wave structure, kind of like an Elliott wave, but it's a little bit shorter on this. Okay. So every time the level hold, it triggers the same sequence. All right. So what you're looking at right now is that Bitcoin retested the golden line right now. Also, it's basically moving in the same sequence of this. We're saying that step 4 is in, step 5 may be shallow, maybe step 5 isn't completely in yet, but once it is in, maybe a small little pullback again will rocket us up. And once we get past, like the 119, 120 level, we could say 5 is in, even though it's not a deep pullback. We could say 5 is in, and this thing is rocketing up towards the 130,000 level before we will see, a small retrace again, perhaps even to 118, and we'll guide you through that. Once we get up there, we're going to guide you through that. All right, so let's go on to Ethereum. Okay, let's move on over to Ethereum. And Ethereum, this is Justin's trade on Ethereum. Ethereum is up 16% from last week's support, currently trading at 3,948. A cat's whisker away from that 4,000 breakout that we have all been waiting for. Maybe the Bears have one last stand. Maybe they got one last division that we got to cut through. But I think we're going to cut through it hard. And once we break the 4,000, I think the first stop is going to be 4,800 with a pullback and then a breakout, and we're looking, at higher levels. I'm going to show you that in a second. So, like I said, we're currently trading at 9,000. Yeah, that's where it's going. We're currently trading at 3,946. All right, I'm going to show you the trades that we like to showcase on WeX, the broker of our choice. Low fees, fast execution, everything you can want in a broker. All right, so average entry price 117,000 for Bitcoin. All right, trading right now at 116,751. ROI down 2.12%. Okay, that's the Bitcoin trade. Now Ethereum long 3,400. Okay, right now up 163.10% as I record this video. So this movement that we're seeing in Ethereum, if I come over to his trade sequence right here, which was an absolutely perfect trade sequence on Ethereum. Why? Because before the move actually happened, he mapped out what he thought was going to happen. Now he was using this high. Marketplace basically came down and then reversed up a little bit, creating a new high here. But look, take this channel and put it right here. It followed the path. Of course, markets don't do what you want them to do when you want them to do it. But guess what? When you want to do them, guess what? It did. It came right to his point where he wanted to get long. No fear. Just executed his trade, and guess what? Now he's sitting on a great ROI. Now, this move is driven by institutional demand as Bitcoin is picking up, but the upside looks even stronger for Ethereum on that 4K breakout. If we look at Ethereum, we got Ethereum versus Bitcoin, the reversal is confirmed. This chart's actually suggesting that big money is reaccumulating. Ethereum spot ETFs marked the third consecutive day of inflows as 222 million streaming in on Thursday. The cumulative net inflow averages 9.35 billion with net assets around 21.8. Now, the reversal on this chart is confirmed. 3-week MACD just printed a golden cross. This only happens once per cycle. 2020, Ethereum exploded after this. The setup is stronger. Okay, there's a lot more people behind it. The fundamentals are cleaner, and the smart money is watching Ethereum. I'm thinking we're going to test that 4,000 and break it today. I mean, we're only like $12 away from it. Once it goes, it's going to be fireworks, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it. I hope that I'm thinking that we can do it. And I think that we do. Once we do it, there's going to be mass regret. Okay, all the bears, maybe that final division will be wiped out, and we'll run straight to 4,500, 4,800. So in 2025. As I said, the setup is stronger, fundamentals are cleaner, and smart money is watching. You got BlackRock, you got Fidelity, you got, all the other big boys that are playing in this State Street. Now, what was interesting, just a few days ago, they were talking about BlackRock selling off Ethereum, and I can't confirm that if that was true or not. Even if it was, and it was a large amount of Ethereum, it didn't go down, it didn't crash. So that means that there's huge institutional demand for this. Now, if they did do it, it could have been just a test of the market. Like a lot of big, when I was trading in a bank, what we would do is we would do what we called a probe trade. Okay, so let's say we were trading Deutschmarks. Let's go to the euro. Okay, because most of you guys are too young to know what the Deutschmark was, But what we would do is like we were up by say a resistance point, okay, and it looked like it was going to be bullish, but we weren't really perhaps sure. So we would lob out 50 million, 100 million, just hit every bid that we could, and we would watch to see what bids came back. So if we hit like say a 12 bid, if the bid came back 12 or even 13, we'd start to say, oh, there's some pressure building here. Okay. And then we maybe lob out another 25 and see where the bid came back. So if the bid comes back at 14, 15 bid, we go, okay, now it's time to actually help fuel the breakout. And we go in and we buy 500 million. And then we drive the price up and then squeeze all the shorts. Breakout would happen. Of course, it would be, wherever it went. I'm just giving this as a scenario that what big institutions could do. They could actually set out probes to see what the marketplace how the marketplace reacts to the probe, seeing if the the underlying momentum is there, and we're finding it because right now it's 3,991, $9 away. So if we look at Ethereum and we're saying that we're looking at a bull flag pattern right here, the launch sequence is active. Okay, Ethereum just broke out of the blue flag, and the target for us is clear at 6,000. This pattern has a flawless record, and the move is just getting started. If history repeats, this is where Ethereum goes parabolic. Now we got good old Wyckoff. We love Wyckoff. He was screaming from the grave, and he still is screaming from the grave. We got the cycle complete. We were listening to him from the graveyard. Ethereum just triggers the final phase, where disbelief turns into fear of missing out. You can chase it later or position now, right before the ride starts and the markup happens. We're trying to get into that show of strength phase, which is happening. Look at the blip. The blip is right there. There's the little radar signal. We are right there. We're breaking 4,000 now. A little bit of sell-off right now, 3,998, but we broke 4,001. We hit 4,001 right now. Oh, strap in. Strap in. It's happening. It's happening. All right. When we alerted this to you way before. And I'm going to have a little announcement I want to make because we're really quite happy with actually helping the crew out. So right now, if we look at the Bitcoin dominance, all right, which is I can't keep my eyes off Ethereum right now. Right now, Bitcoin dominance right now. Bullish engulfing monthly candle. For those of you that follow Japanese candlesticks, okay? I'm a bar chart guy. But bearish MACD cross, multi-year rejection zone hit. This is the exact same setup before the 2021 alt season eruption. Alts didn't wait, they ran. Alt season doesn't warn you, it ambushes you. It jumps right on your back as you're walking down the path and you're not expecting them. So don't get left behind. If we look at altcoins itself, the total altcoin market, which we showed you this chart before. So we see the altcoin golden setup is definitely loading. Altcoins have been compressing under one level for almost half a decade. Okay? We've been compressing under one level for almost half a decade. When this breaks out, it's going to be an explosion. 4 years of higher lows, okay? Flat resistance. This is the setup ignored by most but loved by whales. Okay, everyone fades it until it breaks hard. So we have the altcoin season. I think that we're going to be starting within the next week and a half or so. It's actually going to start happening. And if we look at XRP, I don't think that we could have mapped this out any better for you. All right, so I take you over to XRP, the trade that actually got flubbed, where Justin was actually thinking that there would be some resistance up in this area right there, 307. That was actually the level of resistance that I had as well. Said that if we broke 307, we're most likely going to run to, I think I said 315. This thing just took right off after that. SEC dropped the lawsuit against Ripple. Okay, great. So, but I don't think that we could have mapped this out any better for you. I'll take you back over to this chart. I want to show you. We had placed the Andrews pitchfork up for you just recently, but we said that there was support at 280. Main support of XRP was 260. Don't believe me, go back and watch the previous videos, okay? Said that 3 had to hold. Okay, that was the main level that we needed to hold, a psychological level, a round number, if you want to call it that. And once we did that, we could actually get up to 325 to the 340 level, and we would track in this area. We said that we would basically, be able to hold within these 2 points until finally it picks up enough momentum, breaks the 343 area, and then we could tack the all-time high again. Now, I have a price projection for it just based off of the recent low. Okay, now it could change. I mean, price projections are, they're good. They're a good way, to make like a mark. To say, look, I have this low right here. Now, if it doesn't look like it's going to return to this, okay? So if I took this low and I do my price projection on it, the first stop I got for XRP after the breakout is $5.71. A level beyond the $5.71 is $7.01. That's what I got going on for XRP. Now, if you're tired of being the last to know when the market moves, or you don't have time to do the research, I think we have a possible solution. We're going to be setting up a private trading group. We're not just talking trades, we're documenting real wins. You saw what we've done with Ethereum, with Bitcoin, all the other trades that we've taken. We have a very, very good track record. So we're not going to be just, talking trades. We're going to be documenting wins in real time. So we're asking you, you could join the team that's beating the market week after week. So now our private group isn't just chatter, okay? We nailed 5 out of 6 Bitcoins. We have an incredible track record in Ethereum. We got incredible track records with HBAR, XRP itself, before that little flub, no big deal. Every trader takes a loss, but every trade is documented. Every win is backed by receipts. So what we're trying to do is we're actually trying to help you out. Okay, we're thinking that we've had a lot of YouTube subs come in and say, "I took your trade on XRP. I sold it at this. I bought it back at that. Oh, I liked your analysis on Bitcoin. I bought some coin here. And I'm holding. I'm looking for the breakout. So we've had a lot of that in our when our subscribers actually tell us. We said, you know what? Why don't we start a trading group? Why don't we start, we have already a free group, but now we're going to be looking to start like an actual trading group where we give you daily setups, real-time entries and exits, market breakdowns from us, smart money and institutional flow tracking, long-term plays, intraday opportunities, no hype, just verified results and accountability. Now, we're going to be opening that up. Just get into our free Telegram trading community, get into the live streams. We'll be talking more about this. It's kind of just in the imagination stage right now. We're starting to build it, okay? And we're going to be opening it up to a limited number of traders who are ready to level up. Okay, we can't have 5,000 people in there. It's going to be a limited group, but it'll be big enough for everybody that's really, really serious to join. So we're not, we're talking about serious results, not just noise. So this is your shot. So join the crypto trading community today. The link will be in the description, and then we'll keep you updated on this. All right, now back to XRP. All right, exploding nearly 11% this week after the SEC officially dropped its case against Ripple Labs. XRP is now pushing past major resistance zones, last challenging in the 340 area. So right now, XRP is trading at 335. As I said, we would trade between like 323, 343, something like that. We need to get through 343. I think it's going to happen. All right, so what do we got going on? Well, we got Ethereum dominance is definitely rising. Okay. We got historical leads to capital rotation into mid-cap and low-cap altcoins. Several analysts are calling for in-coin alt season fueled by regulatory clarity, retail fear of missing out, pre-sale hype, and community meme coins. So stay sharp. There are gems out there. They're popping up. We're going to be covering them for you. So if we just give you a brief recap, we got Bitcoin right now sitting at what? 116. Let me look at where Bitcoin is. 116.9 to 117.5, up 1 to 2% on the day. 401k policy, ETF inflows, risk on. Risk on. Where the heck is Ethereum? I can't keep my eye off Ethereum. 3,995. Okay, there's that last division, those bastards. All right, anyway, Ethereum right now, 3,009, 996 after popping to 4,005. Woo! All right, so we got spot ETF demands, technical breakouts. There's momentum. There is momentum building. XRP, SEC case drop, renewed momentum. Altcoins themselves. Broad uptrend, rising, flat top that's going to break. Ethereum leadership behind the altcoin season push. All right, so that's what I got going on for you guys today. Remember always, and where you can find out more information about our free we have a free trading group right now, Telegram, where we're going to be also where you can get more information about the trading group that we're going to start, okay, for a certain amount of subscribers, whoever's really interested in level up their trading. So you click this link here, you'll be taken over to our Telegram community. It's completely free here. We're not changing that, where we drop insane alpha trading opportunities, and also where we're going to be making announcements about our pro trading group. So we got from breakout setups, long-term gens here, we got you covered. You want to follow our trades on our trusted broker, where you click this link right here, you'll be taken over to FOREX, the broker of our choice. Low fees, fast execution. I think we just got executed out of our Ethereum trade. We took profits. Okay, so Ethereum got liquidated. I think we made 180% ROI on that. Congratulations, Justin. He's going to get another little sticker from our broker of choice, FOREX. All right, so join the crew, level up your trading. Let's stack the stories and the profits together. And I got an alert going off on Bitcoin. Yeah, all right. Crossing a trend line, of course, crossing a trend line. It's going back up. All right, so anyway, so make sure you come on over to X, where we talk about Bitcoin and crypto all day, every day. All right, so that's it for today's Crypto Heat Check. If you found it valuable, smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, share this with your fellow crypto degenerates. Next time, we'll see you right here on this channel tomorrow, Saturday. Remember, tomorrow's a live stream, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you get into that. Make sure you join our Telegram trading community. Make sure that you keep your eye open for our pro trading group. And remember, always make sure as a short-term trader to enjoy the party, but dance near the door. See you tomorrow morning. Cheers.